Hey, beautiful people, how's it going? Your boy, HHWH, and so I'm been back home with my parents. Jesus, I need to do my hair; it's all messy. So I've been back home with my parents for 2 days now. A long-needed break, I think. Just actually, that's not quite true. I haven't seen them since December. My mum's been concerned. So I went back to see the parents, which was a really smart decision on many levels. And obviously, I'm taking, and you know that I'm obsessed with a couple of things, whether it be aged urine, root supplements, or the Rife machine. And this time, because I only had the Rife since January for my own health and now treating other people, but I basically make a rule that I'm not going to go anywhere significant without my Rife machine because it's amazing and powerful, and I've been blown away since I got it. Shout out to my Broly Alkalis for bringing me in and making me aware of the power of these machines. Not just any Rife machine, the best Rife machine. So I'm very grateful. Anyway, so I've been out with my parents, and to be honest, I set the expectations low because I know, like a lot of you that watch this, we all have troubled. Some of you get lucky, or whatever lucky is, but a lot of us have trouble with our parents. I'm the black sheep of the family. My mum still loves me, my dad does, but there's a lot of trauma there. The soul of them loves you, but the ego gets triggered and then can't work through that love, so there's the conflict. But anyway, long story short, my parents, I've always had a tumultuous relationship with my parents. You know, when last week I blew up, for example, a few days ago I blew up with aged urine all over the place. All over the place. Again, part two. And one of the taglines, and I knew it would be a tagline, which is why I wrote it when they gave me the article to write, was the actual truth that my sister doesn't talk to me. And one of the reasons why is because I do aged urine, urine therapy, and she smelt it and she thinks it's disgusting. And that was a reason, more of a reason for her not to like me. So I've had a tumultuous relationship with my parents, my family, and you know, all these things. So I've come from an expectation of my parents have been against everything I've ever done, whether that be urine therapy, whether that be supplements, whether that be Rife machines. They think I'm nuts. They think you guys are nuts. Guilty by association. It's how the Matrix works. It's how we learn from the people. The great example of the blue pillars to me is my parents. They're a great example. Very stuck in a box, and I know that you guys have your own challenges with all these people. That the thing is, we don't normally care if strangers don't get us, but it does hurt. We can't lie when our parents or our best friends or loved ones or partners don't get what you're saying and think you're nuts and crazy and don't get to see your truth. So it does hurt. Anyway, long story short, I've set my expectations very low, and I just bought this Rive machine for me and my own treatment for the next few days whilst I'm with me. So, I can see someone's here. But the cool thing is, I think someone's listening down there. My dad, probably. Anyway, yeah, the cool thing is today, I'm really excited because I got my mum on the Rife machine. My Rife machine. And I couldn't believe it. I was chuffed. I didn't think that would happen. Um, Not for an especially long time, but I didn't care because, like I said, I don't expect anything from anyone else, especially people that are resistant to these things. So, it's hard. But anyway, I did put this lunchtime my mum on the Rife machine. I gave her a healing frequency. I could easily kill them if I wanted to by putting them with the actual disease and putting up to 100. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give them experience of major detox reaction. That's would shock them too much because they're way too toxic. And I might add, not only these people, normal people, my parents, not looking after health. The main thing is, guys, 2 or 3 vaccines. 3 vaccines, I think, both of them. So we're talking about triple jabbed. So that's crazy. Oh, good to see you above a center. You're gonna like this one. So the main thing is, not only are they normal people that don't look after health, my mum's obese too. My bum's obese. My dad's Indian, but triple jabs. So this is serious toxicity that we're dealing with. Anyway, this lunchtime I put my mum on the standard protocol when I go and treat clients at home or I go to see them, which is 524 healing and regeneration, which is a standard for this model for everyone before we tackle serious diseases. You have to either open up the detox pathways or put them on a healing program. So I put my mum on 524 and for 15 minutes. So that's amazing to me. That was a huge victory, and like I said, I took the pressure off myself with no expectation that I would get my parents on for 1 minute because I know the resistance normally. However, when you don't be so, this is a lesson, when you're not so needy for something, you take the pressure off yourself, but you have the intent to heal people, but you take the neediness off. Magic happens. I love that. freedom from outcome. Intent, be intentful, you're a healer, you have powerful devices that can transform the jabbed health, people that you love. But you take the pressure off, you don't get needy with it, because actually neediness will fuck it up for you, because you need it too much, and it pushes people away from trying. So I literally delivered that presentation of non-neediness. I don't really care, because I had no expectations, but amazing. I do care, but I don't, if you see the paradox there. So anyway, I put mum on 15. So I thought that would be the most amazing day, and I've had the most amazing day because, look, the spirits are happy. Look what I've done. I put the most powerful Rife machine, my mum, on a program for 15 minutes. There's more to come from her tomorrow, on a good program that's going to really boost her up. It's going to change the game. But I thought it couldn't get any better, and it has. It's just got a whole lot better, because my dad has gotten it. So we watched a movie. I said, well, Drew, oh yeah, okay, so watch a movie. So why don't I get the Rife machine downstairs, watch the movie, and I'll put you on the Rife machine whilst you watch the movie. Smart. Whilst you watch the movie. Amazing. But I put him on the same program. But what I did was I said, do you want to do it for an hour? I'll set the timer for an hour. 1 hour. He's like, yes. Because the movie's an hour and a half, isn't it? Most movies are. Cheers, Fiona. Thank you. The spirits are happy. You're going to love this. If you stay to the end, it gets even better, because I'm going to give you downloads of synchronicities that I did the right thing, and the spirits are very happy for me and my dad. His guardian angel spirits are mine. And I'll tell you exactly the synchronicities that have been received through that particular movie and what he said to me. It's mind-blowing. That's my favourite bit of this story. The synchronicities, because they've just patted me on the back and said, fuck me, you've done a right job here, Harry. And same to my dad's spirits, his positive guides and souls. We've all got them. These positive spirits working for us. Anyway, so I put him for an hour on healing and regeneration. Even though he's cynical, he didn't nocebo it, and smartly, he didn't nocebo it. He's very cynical and jokes and tries to be sarcastic like it's doing something. But I took the pressure off by focusing on the movie and not asking him too many times how's he doing, because then it would put resistance in him. So I'm also quite intuitive and smart. I'm good with social dynamics. I know what I need to do to get people to get the results. So there was no nocebo, or very little. It could have been worse if I was too needy for it. Again, I took the pressure off. No neediness. Anyway, so 1 hour of the amazing. And by the way, I'll add here, this is so powerful. I didn't even use the full. So you've got the foot pads, you've got the hand ones, you've got these you're supposed to put under your armpits. But also, you can also just hold these and not use the other two. And you can max this one out. And that's what I did with him, and that's what I do with my treatment too. When I'm treating clients, though, I put them on the 6 points. But I only did it with him, these two. Why am I saying that? There's a reason why I said that. Oh yeah, because whilst he was about 3 meters away whilst we were downstairs in the sitting room, which is kind of big, and whilst he was going with his red tubes and holding them in his hands, amazing for the hour, I noticed, and I've noticed this every single time with this Rife machine, every single time I'm within meters, we're even 3 meters away from this, I can feel the energy coming off the plasma bulbs. It is the fucking best Rife by far. Do you know what? Amazing, Marina, you'll love this. It's a touching Rife. There is such a thing as non-touching Rifes, even with this model. But the touching Rife, it delivers the ultrasound. Shout out to Lee for giving me the information on this. Because it's ultrasound frequencies. Rife is ultrasound. It delivers the frequencies deep within the cells of your body, even when you're meters away from it and not touching it. I know this because I've got very good body feel. No, I lie. Because I just feel the body. And when he was meters away from it, and every client I've treated with this machine, when I'm 2-3 meters away from them, talking to them, staying with them, I feel the energy of it healing me whilst I'm using on them. So amazing. So I knew it was working for him because it was working for me 3 meters, and I wasn't even holding the bulbs. Amazing. But here's the synchronicities. So, I've got a load of DVDs in this room. Forgive me for my materialism, but actually my love of movies goes deeper than the shallowness which you may perceive from me having DVDs. Paused it for a second. Okay, so here's the synchronicities. I have a load of movies there. What I did was, I thought, well, I just want to watch a decent movie. I like quality movies. On the top was Strictly Ballroom in a shrink wrap. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. Maybe some of you have seen a film called Strictly Ballroom. By the way, it's amazing. I watched it as a kid and loved it, but that's no gauge but I like it as an adult. The last time I saw it was a kid. And, you know, we like a lot of kid movies. And then we watch them as adults and think, what the fuck? Why did I even like that movie? Right? That happens to a load of movies. So, but it wasn't a risk. I knew I was going to like it. But anyway, long story short, it was on the top of this. I could have gone all fucking weird and spent ages choosing, because I like quality movies. I don't want to watch garbage. All of my stuff's good. So I thought, okay, I'll watch Strictly Ballroom, but I didn't think about it too much. It was on the top of that. I didn't even know I had that movie. Normally I know every single movie I've got, sort of, and I didn't even know I had that one. And it was shrink wrapped. Took it downstairs, watched it. Here's the synchronicities. My dad was on this for an hour. At one point, and my dad's not very talkative, like me. I think I've developed a personality of shyness, which I transmute because I'm passionate about things, and I talk only things about things I'm passionate about. I don't like small talk. But anyway, my dad, I think, he's quite quiet, and we don't connect, and he's quite logical, and he doesn't ask questions, and he doesn't say how you're doing. This never happened. You know, how are you? Normal conversations. It's always criticism, or he rarely does. Anyway, at some point in the movie, about 3/4 of it, near about 10 minutes before the end of his treatment, there was a moment when he noticed, and normally he's quiet in the movie or trying to be funny, and that's cool, adding value. Yep. There was a moment where there was something in the background, whilst the actors were talking for the dancing scene, and he goes to me and says, out of the blue, this is very unusual, he goes, oh, he says, I used to have that in Bristol. When he used to live in Bristol before he had me, he recognised the background. He said, I used to have that exact same background. And the background was kind of red and unusual. That's why he clicked in his brain, oh, that's unusual. He said, yeah, I used to have that exact same background. So he's told me, he never tells me shit like that. Now I know why. He told me that he had the same background as what was in the movie in Bristol. I think we know why. What do we call that? Call it a synchronicity. He was meant to be on the Rife machine. It had already been pre-planned. What had happened? I was already meant to choose that movie, get him on the Rife machine, which was the spirits guiding me and telling me, oh yeah, you're doing a good job. Well done. He's meant to be on the Rife machine too. Why would that synchronicity pop up? He never says stuff like that. Bit bizarre. Offering information about some observation about how he used to live. Because he never talks about that stuff. Never. Never shares it with me. How he used to live, his past life, what he had in his house before. What he was like growing up with his 7 brothers and sisters. Never share shit like that. Very unusual. I didn't think unusual at the time, only reflecting in hindsight it's unusual. But it's not unusual because it's called the universe synchronicity. Right? It already been pre-planned, this event. Rewards from his spirits and my spirits, more for mine, because I get the synchronicity. I've connected the dots and said, well done, Harry, you've done a good job. You've done something really good for another soul, your own fucking father. Good job. He couldn't receive that synchronicity, and that's okay, because I even verbally told him, but I said to him 2 minutes after, do you realise what that is? That's a synchronicity. That's a bit odd, bit of coincidence. That happening. Bit bizarre, no? I mean, that's a coincidence. And then there's another coincidences. There's 2 more. 2 more! That's already ridiculous. First of all, in Strictly Ballroom, there's, the theme of the movie is there's judges from the past, old school, and there's this new guy trying to dance in a new way, which is really hip and cool and actually really difficult to do, and the old school judges don't like his new dancing and never let him win the competition, although he should win the competition because he's the best dancer, because he's got this new moves. He's trying to break the mold. Trying to do something different and quality too. And the old guards. Anyway, the head judge of the guys that don't want this new guy to break the mold in the movie, his name is Barry. Let me get this right. Oh yeah, his name is Barry Fife. Barry Fife. What does Fife rhyme with? Barry Fife? Hello, Rife. Raw Raymond Rife. Barry Fife. Another synchronicity. What are the fucking odds? Yes, I know you could argue from a cynical point of view that people don't get synchronicities and the fact that the spirits are guiding you and they need to alert you that you are aware. Spirits need to alert us. God, consciousness needs to alert us that we are on the right path. That's what the old shamans of old believed with synchronicities. That was the way. That's the only way God, consciousness, positive spirits can know you're on the right path. So that's synchronicity, Barry Rife. And then, to top it off, that's 2 synchronicities. Huge. As I put my dad on the Rife for the first time ever. Amazing. The third one, to top it off, and right at the end of the movie. Oh, the movie of your life. The movie. Ha ha ha. The movie. Of which we're all playing movies. Your soul, my soul, we're all playing movies here in duality. So at the end of the movie of your life, there came up for the last dance between the guy that won the competition by breaking the mold and being different. I love Strictly Ballroom. If you haven't watched it, fuck me. If you have watched it, rewatch it. Amazing movie. Oh, and quickly, not to divert too much, Baz Luhrmann is a very famous director. That's what put him on Strictly Ballroom. He's also going to get a new movie coming out in the summer. It's going to be really good because he's an amazing director about Elvis Presley. Don't know if it's going to be a truth movie about Elvis Presley, but he's a quality director. Very good. I love my movies. Anyway, right at the end of this one, the dance scene when they were winning and celebrating was a song called, I'll sing it, Love is in the air. Oh, 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 love is in the air. Da 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 da. I know you've heard it. Da da da. Love is in the air. A beautiful song from the 80s, I think. Anyway, it's a love song, yeah? Okay, so here's the synchronicity. So at the end of them dancing, like a ballroom or whatever, I can't remember what dance, was it rumba? I don't remember, a waltz. That song came up. Well, that's the exact same song, and I don't know if you know this, you probably won't. In fact, you fucking won't. I went on TV when I was young, I used to do ballroom dancing with my sister. When I was between the ages of, I'm going to get the ages wrong here, between the age of 8 and 12, but for 3 or 4 years I used to dance with my sister. My parents sent us, and I won't say I loved it, but I did it. I didn't actually love it, at the time. Looking back, very cool. Anyway, at one time from our dancing school, we was asked by, and again, you guys probably won't know this, but there was a TV program called SMTV Live that was always shown on a Saturday. It was called SMTV Live with maybe people you might know, celebrities sort of, Kat Deely and Ant and Dec. So it was SMTV Live was presented by Kat Deely, Ant and Dec. And anyway, when I was in my dancing school, they asked our dancing school for us to dance on TV for Valentine's Day. They asked us to dance for Valentine's Day, for Kat Deely and wherever they were doing their show. So me and my sister went up. All we did was a little twiddle. We practiced it loads, went live, and we did this little twiddle. Kat Deely said my sister had a wonderful dress. I'll always remember that moment. And anyway, here's a synchronicity. The song that was played on Valentine's Day was at the bit where me and my sister were going live on TV to do the twiddle, which we practiced loads and then went live on, was Love is in the air, da 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 da, love is in the air. Wow. Yes, it was Valentine's Day. It wasn't Valentine's Day in Strictly Dancing, though, when they put that song, Love is in the Air. But it was. And that's what me and my sister danced to. Life is a synchronicity. It's fucking beautiful and fucking epic. And I'll take it. Because I've just done a good thing today. I've helped people that I love. Peace.